Lightning in a couple weeks here in Baton Rouge, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's going to be very short. I have 3 cards that I want to share with you. Just 3 things. First of all, there are a lot of people that think that higher education is a private good. In other words, as a result of your education, you're going to make more money, and you will. You're going to use less health care, and you will. You're going to be better off, and you will be. But we like to make the case that public education is a public good because the state is going to benefit from your higher wages. The state is going to benefit from your lower incarceration rate. The state is going to benefit from your less use of health services in the long run. The state is going to benefit from your creativity and your industriousness. So we like to say that higher education is a public good. That's point number 1. Point number 2. When I was in college, a lot of folks, a lot of students took to the campus, took to the streets, did a lot of protesting and things like that. And there was a reason for that, because when I was a student, most of us were under voting age. Now the voting age is 18. And so we have voters, not just students. If you take the 6,300 students that we have on campus here, and you add them to the other ULS systems, you add them to LSU, you add them to Southern, and you add them to the Louisiana State Technical and Community Colleges, we have 283,000 voters. Not students, but voters. 283,000. And I do not know of an elected official in this land that will ignore 283,000 voters that speak with one voice. Okay? The last point, and that's more directly on the budget. We have a gap in the governor's budget right now for higher education. That gap is $608 million. $608 million. There are a lot of people that have an easy solution to that. And that easy solution is to raise your tuition and fees. And so if we raise the tuition and fees on this amount of people, that would mean for each of you, whether you're here or at Fletcher or anywhere else, about $2,500 more next year. That's what some people think is the solution. That's point number 2. The last point is a point that a lot of people are saying we can't give money to higher education because we can't impose a tax. Well, I sort of think that a fee increase is a tax increase. I don't know how you feel about it. But I think a fee increase is a tax increase. You know, I heard, the reason I'm talking to you, Adam asked me to come and speak to this group, and I'm delighted to be able to do that. But somebody told me, did you read the editorial in the student newspaper today? I hadn't, but I did on the way over here. And usually when they say that, I cringe up. You know, I say, oh my God, what did I do wrong now? And I saw the editorial and it says, we demand a seat at the table. That was the basic message. I agree with you. You have seats at the table. You have representatives of students, not only at this level, at the university level, but you have your voice at the system level, and you have your voice at the regents level. But I think you need more than that. I think you need to represent yourselves as 283,000 voters. You need to make that clear. And you need to make that clear to the legislature. Individual legislators respond to individual phone calls. And I think we have, do we have cards somewhere? We have cards placed around the room that has the phone number of the legislators. And if every student, 283,000 students, call in with the same message, I cannot imagine how a legislator could misunderstand that. So that's my message today. That's all I wanted to say. I wanted to say that I believe that you should make your voice heard. You make your voice heard that education is a public good. The state benefits greatly for every college graduate that we have. And so in this debate now about who should get funded and who should not get funded, there's a simple question. How many fewer college graduates does this state need? And the answer is we don't need any fewer. We need more. We need you, and we need the people that will follow behind you that will do the great things for this state. And you need to make that very, very clear to the people that are going to be making these decisions. Okay, we didn't plan this as a Q&A, but if anybody has a Q, I'll give a shot at an A. Anybody? Okay, great. Thanks a lot. Get out there. The other thing we have is we have these cards. You may have seen these cards. We are asking people in the community to say, I vote for education. And when you look at this card, you might say, wait a minute, it doesn't say Save Nicholls. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about saving higher education. And all you're saying is, I vote for higher education. You don't have to put your email on it. You don't have to put your phone number on it or anything like that. We just want to make a stand. We just want to make a statement and be able to demonstrate very, very visibly that I stand for higher education. I've signed my card. I hope you sign yours. Thank you. Yes.
What's the economic impact of this university in our community?
The question was, what's the economic impact of this university in our community? The economic impact is $275 million a year and 3,000 direct jobs. Those aren't my numbers. We didn't invent them here. Those come from the state.